Hi, and welcome to Happy Fisherman Adventures, episode 17.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.
In today's episode, we are going to show few videos from our adventures chasing King George Witing at St Leonards. You'll see how on different days different things happen. Sometimes you can be in the right spot, but no King George Witing around, and then an hour later they show up and you start getting them one after another.
Yeah, the first video is actually adventure with my friend Julian, and in this video you can see how we got there on top of the tide, so the water didn't have any flow, and yeah, no King George Witing at all. Then half an hour later the water started to come in, and yeah, they come on like crazy.
Let's watch this video.
We left Werribee 9 o'clock in the morning and went straight to our King George Witing mark at St Leonards. The water was glass, just brilliant. As we got there, there was no flow at all. It was top of the tide, so King George didn't play the game at all. But yeah, we were chasing squid, and Julian was trying to get some barracuda, which actually just showed up around the boat. I managed quite a few squid, and all of them on a solid black jig. Not long after, some yakas popped up under the boat, and yes, we managed to get quite a few of those. In meantime, Julian managed quite a few barracudas on metal slug, but we needed to shift our focus on King George Witing. As the water started to flow, quite a few boats just turned up. They knew the action was about to start. Under the boat, leather jackets everywhere, and just above them lots and lots of yakas. Patience was the key. Lots of people would give up and move somewhere else, but we end up staying in the same spot and just wait. Leather jackets will pinch my bite quite often, but that was part of the game. And just after lunch, it started. Julian got his first King George Witing. It was on a ready Stinganostra rig, actually running rig. And yeah, it was loaded with the pilchard and squid cocktail. Straight after that, another hookup. This time, yaka. She actually took a running rig. Normally they will take paternoster top hook, but this one wasn't fussy at all. From here on, we got very busy. When I got home, I checked the underwater footage and all I seen, it's yuccas and leather jackets. But against all odds, we were catching King George whiting one after another. Teamwork was very important. I was cutting the bite and loading all the rods. Julian was just bringing them in. Moss, King George whiting, but some yuccas as well. Then, what do you know? Squid on Paternoster rig. It's not common, but it does happen. Under the boat, still very busy. I was getting the burley ready, which is just shrimp pellets, and then I mix them with tuna oil. I normally just put them in my burley bucket and just drop it just underneath the boat. That was bringing the leather jackets and the yuccas right underneath the boat. And then we were casting 10 meters, 5 to 10 meters away from the boat and getting all the King George whiting. Definitely small fillet of pilchard in combination with a little cube of squid, that cocktail worked the best for us. The real action started just after 2 p.m. At the start, there was plenty fish, but they were only 30 to 32 centimeters, quite small, but they were lots of fun. Later on, some bigger fish turned up. We managed quite a few, close to 40, but only a couple over 40 centimeters. Very quick we managed our bag limit, and yes, we left them biting. Amazing enough, we managed to catch all that King George whiting, even there was millions and millions of yuccas and leather jackets just under the boat. In the next video, we were out with two boats. I had JJ and my friend Cash, who came the first time on my boat, and Adrian on the other boat had his kids with him.
That's right. In this video, you'll see that both Paternoster rig and Reedy Stegonoster rig worked great. The King George whiting was very active and the bag limit was achieved in no time.
That's right. Let's watch this video.
Enjoy!
It is 27th of June 2021 and we were on our way to St Leonards. On my boat, JJ and Cash, while Adrian had his kids with him. It was crystal clear sky and we were in a bit of a rush to get there to catch the incoming tide. As we got there, we didn't waste any time. I set all the cameras and before you know, JJ was on the fish. On the other boat, Dennis was on one as well. No long after, Cash started to get him. That was a good sign. We managed to get there right on time and we were getting the target fish, which was King George whiting. King George whiting is quite slimy and slippery, so you need to grab them by the head. There is nothing to stab you or cut you when you're handling King George whiting. The key of the day was still cocktail of small square of squid and small slice of pilchard. Very quick, few more boats anchored around us and they were getting some fish as well. When I checked my underwater camera, there was not much happening at all, only few leather jackets. But against all odds, we were getting King George whiting from all sides of the boat. If you have a closer look, we were getting them on both rigs. Reedy Stegonoster rig, which is a running rig, as well we were getting them on a double hook Paternoster rig, which JJ used. With King George whiting normally you find a hole and you keep casting in the same spot over and over. This time we managed to get him all around the boat, but the side JJ was on somehow was a little bit better. Under the boat, still no sign of King George Whiting, only odd banjo and few crabs moving around. On the other boat, Angeline started to get quite a few fish as well. Around us, more and more boats showed up. In the meantime, Adrian got himself a rod as well, and little Ajay took the role of handling the fish. Ajay sometimes did drop the fish, but somehow he always managed to get it back and put it in the live tank. At one stage, we started losing bite to leather jacket, but this is part of the game around this area. Sometimes you hook a banjo as well, and most of the times you lose a hook or even entire rig, but this is the part of the game as well. Sometimes the King George Whiting is a bit too small and have to go back, but that's fishing. On the end, you do get rewarded with few nice fish, and that's what's fishing about. Kids having fun, that's priceless. And all this having fun makes you think that we are nothing but big kids. after checking all the underwater footage, there was no King George Witing in the picture at all. Yet we managed to get our bag limit. And then, just before sunset, we were on the way back.
From here? Okay. That's how you catch a whiting the Happy Fisherman Day. I mean the Happy Fisherman Way.
Show us a fish, AJ.
Thank you for watching and we'll see you next week.
Cheers.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big